Welcome to JavaScript for beginners, and in this video we're going to analyze and read the filter structure, a list that we want to filter, and there's a nice JavaScript function for this, and let me show you exactly what it is. So you can see this is our fictional phone book, and in here if you put in a value, let's say put in a Kelvin, you can see it will filter out Kelvin as the value. So this is very useful, and filtering is a very common option that you will use in your website. However, so where did I get this? Maybe you might wonder from, alright, where's the code or how do I make this? Well, this is not mine. Everything here is from W3 Schools. You can just click here on the filter list, and in here you can see the entire list. Just click on the try it yourself. What happened then? You get here this editor. You can just copy this entire text here, and then you can just paste it in. That's what I did, and that's what we're going to analyze today in this video. So let's start and check what this is. So first of all, it has a my function, and this my function is triggered with the input here, the input type text. ID is my input, and here on key. So on key up, meaning the moment when we press it's alright, but when we let it go, the key up, then it will start to filter out. So if you press A but you hold it, nothing happens until we let go, as you can see. And these options here, just ignore those. This is from the Mac that automatically gives suggestions. However, that's basically what we're going to do. So on key up, then this my function is being triggered. So it would be triggered every single time we type a word in it, or we type a letter. So let's say here A, and then D, and then E, and then maybe G, and then you see every time it's filtering on. Alright, very simple. Let's start with this. So here is the function, and this function creates multiple variables, and these multiple variables are still undefined. So the reason why we're doing this is a very common practice to first create all the variables, and then we start to define every single one of them. Now this one here basically is pinpointing the input, my input. Very simple. That's the one we just typed in. The filter, what does the filter really do? It's the input value. So it will check for it will go to the input of my input, basically the text you type in, and that value will be capital or uppercase. Yes, reason why is to make this uppercase will be for filtering important, because if someone would type in, let's say if you have Kelvin, but if someone would type in Kelvin with small letters, it will not find it because it doesn't see it, since capitalized and uncapitalized letters are different values. So if you just be consistent by making everything Kelvin, and eventually there's a trick here that will capitalize as well, then it will work. So if you want to make this sensitive to uppercase letters, you can remove this, but I don't recommend it. Next. So once we got that, go to the UL, the unordered list, and in our unordered list we go for the ID of my equals my UL. That's basically this one here. So then we have this. So these are just only variables yet, and so there's nothing yet being done here. This is just only the standard functions that they're being assigned to. So next here, you can see here the UL, which is this one. In the UL, get element by tag names, elements. Yes, make sure it's S, elements by tag name LI. So in UL of my UL, search LI. That's it. Alright, so once we did that, now we're going to start working with the numbering function. So here is like what we call for loop, and this for loop just does one thing. Basically it starts to number. Yes, it will start to give it a number. Yes, and the reason why is, well, it will loop LI1, LI2, LI3, 4, 5, etc, etc. Right? So I will call it numbering LIs. Well, probably this is better. Numbering LI, and then you will see it's like this, LI1. Yes, giving it numbers. So what happened then is the LI, which get a number. So we have our, let's say our LI tag, which is numbered with number 1, then search for then in there you have the anchor tag, and the anchor tag should become also a numbering structure. So the same structure, once you search it, the first one is 0, or at least it starts at 0, but then you keep on looping up. So the first one it finds is number 1, but you can see like the A equals 0 at the beginning until it finds the first one. Simple. Alright, so basically just to target out that list item number 1 has a anchor tag with number 1. Reason why we're doing that is because the li and anchor tag are together, so this is all 1. Alright, so once we have this, then we're going to use an if statement. So if it finds this, an if statement where we say the A, which is the anchor tag, inner HTML to uppercase. So what we're doing is basically we're going to set the values here to uppercase, and then we start to use the index of. So what is index of? Index of, yes, basically we'll check. Yes, we'll check if a value, yeah, so basically what we say here, whatever is in the anchor tag, which is, let's say, Kelvin, it will translate this to capitalized letters, and then it will start to index of the filter. Index will just check if something is matching. If it's matched, it says 0. If it doesn't match, it is -1. Very important. So you can see here, if you want to know more deeper, let me show you here this one. This is also on W3 School. You see here the function of index is a string, index of welcome. So if we type in here welcome, yes, right now this is capitalized and this is not capitalized. Let's run this. Click -1. Reason why is it doesn't match. Now let's run this again, but then with small capital 0. That's what we're doing. So to avoid this capitalized issue, we just set everything to uppercase. And since we also set here the value of uppercase, this is all now matching. So once you did that, and if it is more than -1, meaning if it's 0, because that's the value it should give if it matches, then this list item number gets a style with the name display, but nothing described in here. Blank. Basically it can be block or things. However, it's just display. However, else, then our list item will get a display of none. So if it's not true, meaning -1, so if the value doesn't match, then it is none. And that's basically here what we're doing. Height if -1. Show or do nothing. That's really what we're doing here. If 0, because it's already being displayed. And if you understand that, let's look here. It's already being displayed. So the only thing what it will do is it will start to hide. And maybe we can see that here. Let's say here Kelvin, and let's type in Bob. We see here, this is Kelvin. Let's type in Bob. As you can see here, the moment we type in B, it's this one from Kelvin is being hidden. But of course, it just jumps here because of the link. However, now you understand really what we're doing here. And this is how you create a filter function, understanding all these steps here. It's just a step-by-step analyzation of it.